Yo, what's happening, guys? So today I wanted to do a video to sort of make a case for a Metal Gear Solid remake for the PS5 sometime in the future. Now, I want to make from the start crystal clear that this is only based on rumors and no official confirmation from anybody that could confirm it, like Konami or Sony or whoever. This is all speculation. So if you guys aren't interested in that, you can click away. But for those of you who are fans of the series and want to evaluate like what the possibilities are that this could come true, stick around and we're gonna like kind of make a case for how likely it is that this could happen, and I'm gonna give my opinion. And yeah, so just make sure to leave a like if you guys do enjoy this video and you guys are excited for a remake for Metal Gear Solid. So let's get started right here. I made a thread on Twitter. You guys should definitely follow me on Twitter too. So yeah, this thread right here I'm gonna be showing you guys. I start by talking about an article that was made. There's many different sources that cover this, but the one I'm talking about particularly is a 𝐒𝐔𝐁𝐄 Tech article where they talk about an interview that David Hayter, the prominent voice actor for Solid Snake in like most of the series, where he gets interviewed and he's talking about how he heard from an insider that he's gotten information from before that apparently Metal Gear Solid Remake is indeed happening. Now, what's interesting to know about this is that he not only mentioned this in the interview, but he also believes it. So he said that if you guys read the article, which I'm going to link down below along with every other article I cover in this video, he says that before this source told him about this, he did not really believe anything about, or I mean, he just didn't know anything about the Metal Gear Solid Remake rumors. Like he just sort of saw it as a rumor, but after this particular source of his told him about it, then he began to believe it and he started to put like some stock into it. And what's also important to know is that this source has apparently given him correct information before about, you know, different things. You guys can read more about it in the article, but essentially David Hayter, voice actor for the majority of the series as Solid Snake in the past, believes it, and I don't see why he would just put this out there if like to just look like an idiot if he thought it was BS. So this, you know, while it's not anything official, nothing that we should really like get too excited about, I think makes a good case for the possibility of this continuing to happen. It's also worth noting that this rumor has been going on for a while, so, you know, it just adds more to the possibility, especially now that David Hayter, you know, the actor of Solid Snake, would kind of add more sprinkle to this rumor. Now, the next tweet that I add to the thread, I kind of just interpret the infamous tweet that Bluepoint Games made like in 2019, before we even knew about the Demon's Souls remake for PS5. Everybody was trying to find out what game is it that Bluepoint Games is making for PS5, because we knew it was going to be a PS5 game. They had already announced all of that, but nobody knew exactly which game it was going to be. They made a cryptic tweet on Halloween, October 31, 2019, kind of just referencing a bunch of games and a bunch of like references that nobody really seemed to understand. Like, nobody knew which game in particular it was that they were referencing a remake of. But after some time, you know, everybody gave their own opinion. Everybody kind of interpreted which references were made there. I kind of made my own interpretation of it. I believe this is well, obviously I'm going to be biased, but I think by far this is the most clearest interpretation, and I made it myself after reading many other interpretations and seeing like what other people think and reading the tweet countless times. I don't even know how many times I read it, but I read it a lot. I believe that I came with a good observation. So as you guys can see right here, the tweet I'm gonna read the tweet and everything. So the tweet reads: "This calm, spooky night is symphony of rumors. Not one, but two return from the shadow. A resistance to Darkholme as black monsters escape twisted hills to wonderlands and siphoned souls. Filter your candy collection, soft from solid, and be eco-friendly. Have a metal Halloween." So once you listen to it, once you read it, it kind of doesn't make any sense. You hear some words that, you know, kind of remind you of some series that could potentially be remade, but you're not really sure because of just how unclear and like all over the place that tweet is. So here I start by highlighting the lines that I think have some meaning and the lines that I think are hinting towards something in that tweet that we should know about. So this is what I highlight. When they say not one but two return from the shadow, I think they're talking about two remakes, and I think it's very clear that they kind of put that right there. Not one but two return from the shadow. Like the keyword here being return from the shadow. Like that's the key phrase. Then they also say monsters escape, and then that whole sentence to where it ends with Wonderlands and Siphon Souls. And like I'm positive that was the line that mostly referred to Demon Souls, and we already got that. We obviously know that was a thing that they were doing. So I think that's where Demon Souls was hinted at in that tweet. And then when they say from solid, and then all the way to when it ends in be eco-friendly, I think that's a Metal Gear Solid remake. So I think those are the two remakes that they were mostly referencing, because I feel like just those are the ones that make the most sense. They obviously had other games referenced here. Most definitely, they like one of the biggest ones that you can point out from the beginning is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. They also have Legend of Dragoon, Siphon Filter references in there that I think many people noticed. So yeah, I think if we look at that tweet and we like look at all the rumors and all the quote-unquote reports that have been put out there that Bluepoint Games is actually the one working on the remake for Metal Gear Solid, which I think will make a lot of sense, obviously. If you pair this interpretation with that rumor, I think it makes a lot of sense. And just adding up with the other things that just happen around these rumors, I think it just starts to make a lot more sense slowly, little by little. So another small little nugget I wanted to add to this case for Metal Gear Solid Remake is this cryptic account that's been on Twitter named Tom Olsen, and it's kind of been tweeting like weird tweets out of context, and it's been also interacting with the official Metal Gear Solid page, and they're kind of like doing this like roleplay of as if they were characters from inside the Metal Gear Solid universe talking like about something that's happening, and it's out of context. We don't really know what it means, but it does seem to be like something cryptic, something like a tease or something, but of course we don't really know if that's the case. It's very interesting, but I decided to add it in here, show you guys, because why not? It might be related. So if you guys want to see the page, I'll link it down below so you guys can see it. But yeah, I just thought this was interesting to show you guys. But also a more recent and relevant news regarding this in Konami. We recently learned that Konami will no longer be at E3 2021, which is weird because they were one of the first companies that announced that they were sponsoring the E3 2021 event, digital event. So yeah, like they were like one of the ones listed to be at the event, but recently they just said, nah, we're not gonna be in it. So that's very interesting, and what's even more interesting is the statement that they gave. I'm only gonna quote part of it, and they said, quote, due to timing, we will not be ready to present at E3 2021 this year. We want to reassure our fans that we are in deep development on a number of key projects, so please stay tuned for some updates in the coming months. Now, it's weird because like we don't really know Konami for like really developing games nowadays, much less anything regarding Metal Gear anymore, or like Castlevania, or even Silent Hill for sure. Like all those, like all their biggest IPs have kind of been like just left to the dust for a while now. Yeah, like we don't know what's going on with that. Like we don't know exactly what they're referencing. It seems to be something that they're self-publishing and all. But the whole news about Konami not being at E3 2021, many people took that immediately as saying that Konami, like Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid Remake coming at E3 and showing up, it's not happening. The rumors were fake, all of that. I beg to differ, in my personal opinion, simply because of key details that the rumors were saying that would accept this and make sense. So if, for example, we follow the Silent Hill rumor, the Silent Hill rumor says that Sony is the one publishing the game, so it would imply that Konami gave the licensed the IP to Sony so that they can publish it and, you know, assign a developer to make the game. So theoretically, we don't need that game to be presented at any Konami presentation. That'll be under Sony's presentation because they're the one publishing it, they're the one assigning the developer and everything. So like even if Konami were to skip E3 like forever. Like as long as they allow Sony to publish the Silent Hill game, then Konami doesn't necessarily need to be involved with any sort of event at E3 or anything like that. That'll be under Sony. And same thing for the Metal Gear Solid Remake. If it's under Sony publishing and then Bluepoint is the one making it, then there'd be no reason for Konami themselves to be the ones that present it at their own event at E3 or any other event like that. So again, this just a small detail, like, and definitely not anything that we should take, as a fact, or no, because at the end of the day, nothing is confirmed yet. I still feel fairly confident that we will see it. Metal Gear Solid, well, I'm not too sure if we will see it this year at E3. It's sounding more likely like it's something that could happen sometime in the future. But I wouldn't be too sure about it just yet. But I wanted to make this video to see what you guys think and to sort of get my thoughts on this. I think, again, the Metal Gear Solid Remake is starting to sound more likely, and the more evidence we see, the more likely I'm going to believe this is something that could happen. For now, I'm still kind of like on the verge, kind of like in the middle. I want to hear you guys' thoughts though on this and see what you guys think about this. So yeah, make sure if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys found it interesting, if you guys want a Metal Gear Solid Remake, Silent Hill reboot, all of that, leave a like, subscribe. I'm going to make more videos about this, anything interesting that I find. And so yeah, make sure you share the video with other people that'll be interested, and thank you guys for watching. As always, have a good one.